Good morning again. Like I said, we will have this class on YouTube as well. So if I go too fast or you miss some notes, you have a chance to look at it. And also, my office is here, right? Begongwan, Sabek Shipko, so you can come and ask more questions. So this morning, I'm actually very happy because we have students from different departments. I think guys from engineering, architecture, and other departments I saw as well. So this is the best decision of your life. Anybody in engineering here? Not in nutrition department? Oh, okay, exchange student, not a student. I think everybody must take this class, right? We talk about food and health. Very, very simple to understand. Every time we eat, something happens to our body, either good or bad, right? So these are the decisions that we are making every day, all right? And we ask the question to know, why do we eat the food that we eat, all right? That is our first chapter today. And maybe before I proceed, I hope everybody has this copy. You went to my page and download this copy, right? So usually I use the PowerPoint. For this semester, I'm not going to use much of the PowerPoint. This is going to be like our workbook, all right? So it will be very important that you follow with me. And if I go too fast, just raise your hand. But I will make sure that, I take my time and we just move along. It's possible that we don't have the same number of pages, so I will always kind of help you and direct you where you should actually be on the book. So on the first page, you have all the chapters we're going to see for the semester. All right? So we have 10 chapters. The first one that we're going to start today is food choice. The second chapter is the relationship of food and health. So we will see the nutrition assessment and some of the problems that we have, right, with nutrient deficiency. Chapter 3 is on food safety and food security. I see a lot of people wearing a mask today, right? We know why, right? We have a bit of pollution now in Korea. All right, but the question is the food we eat actually safe now? Because you know that pollution can also go to the food, right? And things can happen, and that may also affect our health directly, right? So we have to think about it. Chapter 4 is on food processing and health. A lot of you guys here, are eating processed food, right? That's a lot of things on the table. And then we want to know what is inside the food. Sometimes we have to add new element into the food. All right? Chapter 5 is nutrition facts level. One of the most important chapters. Because in this chapter, I will show you how to read food label. For example, you have this milk here, we have these cookies. What do we have inside, right? Is it actually healthy? Do we actually need it? All right. So during the semester, in that chapter, I will show you how to read the food label. When you go to eMart and you buy the food, just like, I got try. Okay, maybe this one I don't need. Okay. And then, after the first exam, now we will start talking about diseases. Right. We'll be talking about nutrition, obesity, and the problem of hypertension, high blood pressure. All right. Then we'll talk about diabetes, mostly type 2 diabetes. We'll also talk a little bit about gestational diabetes, when a woman is pregnant. Then we'll talk about cardiovascular diseases, okay? All the diseases related to the heart and blood vessels, all right? And we'll finish with cancer. Last time, what did we say? We say that cancer is now the #1 killer in Korea. So we need to talk about it, right? And also the challenge of diet transition in Korea, because Korea is moving from the traditional food to the Western-like food, and we may wonder, is it associated as well with, the epidemic of cancer in the country? Okay? And if we have time, I hope we will have, then we'll finish with renal disease, right? And also the excess of alcohol consumption in the country. Okay? Hey guys, as you know, I always hope, and that is the rule, that during the semester, talking about these renal diseases and stuff, I hope you don't drink soju this semester, alright? Two things we should not drink this semester are what? Soju and what? Thank you. Soju and Coke. I hope Coca-Cola doesn't sue me. I haven't drank it for over 10 years. Alright? So, and we probably see why some of these drinks may not be necessarily well for us when we talk about empty calorie food. Alright? So just take your time. We'll go slowly. And again, as you know, I don't teach for grades. My passion of teaching is really to change lives, and I hope that at the end of this class, we can make better decisions in terms of what we eat and what is actually good for our health. This is why taking this class is the best decision so far. It's actually a big number of people in this class. We talk about like 58 people. That's actually a very, very big number. Okay guys, so let's move on now to your booklet. You're going to see this page, Principles of Human Nutrition. Alright? Principles of Human Nutrition. I'll start with this page because we ask the questions, why do we eat the food that we eat? Alright? But before we answer it, it's good to know, the basis of nutrition and some basic terminology. Alright? So you're going to have some empty spaces there, and these spaces are for you guys to fill out, and of course I will help you guys along the way. So the first question that I ask here is, what is food security? Anybody has an idea? Okay, you guys know the rules, right? I asked you guys to read, the chapter before you come to class. Okay? And you can take some notes, you can write some questions, so that when you come here, it's not going to be overwhelming. Alright? It's not good for you to see this for the first time when you come here. Alright? So it's good to really have an idea. So we talk about food security. What is food security? Anybody? Any idea? Everybody's kind of shy, right? First day of class, and nobody wants to talk to me, right? So do I need to talk to myself today? Alright, so what is food security? Anybody wants to guess? What is it? Food security. Nobody wants to guess? You want to go home now? Shall we go home? Because somebody needs to talk to me, right? So a very simple, but some people took this class with me last semester, right? Miss Chen, what is food security? She says the food that we eat causes no harm. Anybody okay with that? This is actually very important to mention. In chapter 3, we will see the difference between food security and food safety. Alright? So let's make it, I'm going to write both here. So we have food security. Okay? And then we have here food safety. Actually, the definition that Ms. Chen gave is the definition of food safety. This is what we are going on right now with the pollution, all this dust going to the food, alright? So I'm going to start with food safety, so Ms. Chen can feel a little bit better, right? Alright, so food safety, you don't have it on this slide, but on chapter 3, on your booklet, you have the chapter on food safety there, alright? So when we talk about food safety, So here, very simple definition of food safety here is what? The food that we eat, okay, should not make you sick, okay, or should not cause any harm. Okay, guys, if you cannot see properly, just tell me. I will try to write a little bit bigger, right? I know it's a big class. All right. So let me just put it here. We talk about food safety. Food safety means what? The food that I eat causes no harm. All right. If you go, for example, you go, for example, to McDonald's, you eat, and then after that you are vomiting, or you have some problems. We cannot say that the food is safe. The food is not safe. Okay. All right. So that's food safety. Food security is what? Food security is when you have access to food every day. Very simple definition. Did you eat today? Did you eat yesterday? Oh, do you know why he's smiling? You're just like, what kind of question is this? I eat every day, right? All right. So in Korea, most people are food secure, right? So food security means what? It means that I have access, all right? I have access to what? Three very important keywords that we need to have here, right? So I have access to sufficient. Sufficient means what? Enough. Okay? Three important keywords when we talk about food security. I have access to sufficient, safe, and what? Nutritious food when, at all time, every day. All right. So food security means what? It means every day I have sufficient, safe, and nutritious food. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody must know this definition. Okay? Can you see? Can you see? No? Alright, so food security is when I have access to sufficient. Sufficient means enough. Okay? Safe? Aha! You see here, guys? Now I have the word safe in the definition of food security. Right? And when I talk about safe, we're talking about the question of food safety. Now, if you go to a restaurant, okay, you eat and you ate a lot of food. When you eat a lot of food, your belly is filled, right? So you're happy. So you already answered to the first element of food security, which is sufficient. You are no longer hungry. But the question is, if that food makes you sick, are you still food secure? Maybe not. Okay? Because the food that you eat is not supposed to make you sick. So the food and the third element is nutritious. Alright? We having all the necessary nutrients in the food. Aha. On your book, you have this question. I say nutritious. Nutritious, we're talking about the nutrients. We're having all these nutrients. By the way, nutritious doesn't mean delicious, okay? I'm just saying, okay? Because the food can be delicious, but not having, all the good nutrients. Okay? Like all the cookies that we are eating. Alright? And we'll talk about it a little bit later. Now, on your book, you have here, on the second part, we put here food provide energy or calories. Alright? Are you reading with me? Nutrients and other substances needed for growth and health. Alright? Now, can I erase this? We good? Alright. So what do we have here? I'll jump a little bit before we talk about the calories. The question that you have on your book is, what is a nutrient? All right. So we say we find nutrients in the food. So the question is, what is a nutrient? All right. So nutrients, these are substances found in the food, right? When you eat, inside the food you have the nutrients. So these are substances found in the food that the body, right? That the body needs, right? You know what the body needed? The body needed to grow, right? And even, to repair itself. Okay? So, when we eat, some of these nutrients, not all of them, some of these nutrients give us energy. Alright? Some of these nutrients give us energy. And in this class, I would like to talk to engineering guys. Sometimes you guys talk about energy. In nutrition, when we talk about energy, alright, we talk about calories. Okay? So a little shift of them, how you see things here. Alright? So then on your book, you have nutrients. These nutrients give us energy. Alright? I put here energy. Okay? Sometimes people say, you have a lot of energy. Okay? So now, what is a calorie? A definition here is what? It's a measure. A calorie is a measure of the amount, okay? The amount of energy transferred. This is a very important word here to understand. Transfer from food to where? To the body. So say is the amount of energy, right? So where do I get the energy? I get the energy from the food, right? And the energy is transferred from the food to my body. Okay? Then the body can work, the body can function. Okay? The body can function. Now, very, very important here to make a distinction. Alright? So guys, I talk about the nutrients. Alright? I talk about the nutrients. Now, these nutrients, we basically have two families of nutrients. Some nutrients, they give you energy. Alright? Some nutrients don't give you energy. But we need them in small quantity for the body to keep functioning. Okay? So, how we divide them? So, usually, if you read some books, they will call first family energy producing, energy producing nutrients. All right. So, here in this class, let's just call them macronutrients. Macronutrients. All right. This is the first family. And then opposite, pounded, what would that be? What is the opposite of macro? Huh?
Micro.
Yeah, okay, you say that in French, like micro, like microscope, right? Like small. Alright, so here we have the second one. We have the macronutrients here. Of course, in some books, they will divide them also in two, and they will say organic and non-organic. Okay. And we'll see that a little bit on the coming pages too. Now, guys, very important element to understand again here. You need to know which one are macro and which one are not. So, we have 6 nutrients. Okay? Yeah, a couple of times ago, I had some student who didn't really want to put water into it. So the macronutrient, the first one here, okay, first one here, we're going to call them carbohydrates. Carbohydrates. Alright? And since they produce energy, okay, so we wonder, 1 gram of carbohydrates, how much energy do I get from it? Anybody? I think you guys should know that one, right? 1 gram of carbohydrates, how much energy I get from this one? 4. Oh, people are talking to me. I'm feeling good now. Thank you. Finally, right? Alright, so 1 gram of carbohydrates give you at 4 what? Very good. 4 kilocalories. Okay? So we're still talking about the macronutrients. The second one is what? Fat, or let's say like lipids, like the general name. By the way, guys, fat is good, alright? It just depends which one, we talk about, about it. Alright, so we need fat. We need fat. And those who take the nutrition class with me after this class, when we will see, for example, the second part of the semester about maternal health, we understand again the importance of fat, right, in our diet. So now, fat, 1 gram of fat gives me how many kilocalories here? Oh, I heard 2 answers. I like it when I have 2 answers. 7 or 9? Are you sure? I'll write 9? Should I write 9? 9? Alright, yeah, believe in yourself, right? Alright, so this one gives me 9 kilocalories. Okay? Good job. Alright, what is the last macronutrient? Protein. Alright, so we have protein. Alright, so protein, 1 gram of protein, how much do I get? 4 kilocalories. Alright. Now, let's talk about the micronutrient. The micronutrient we also need in different things. They give us more energy, right? We need them in small quantities. But you will see how important they are also for our health. Alright? Remember that everything that we do in this class, we need to be health conscious when we think about our health. Okay? So, now, we have micronutrients here. So, anybody can give me one of the micronutrients here? Alright, right, so you have like the vitamins here. So how much energy? How much? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 0. Very good. All right. After the vitamin, what else do we have? Minerals. All right. How much energy? 0. Ah, this is the $1,000,000 question. How about water? Water, is it micro or macro? Huh? Paolo, what do you say? Micro meaning small? Why do you put it small? Why do you put it micro for water?
Because there is no macronutrients inside.
Because there is no what inside?
Macro.
Because there's nothing inside?
Just micro.
Just micro. Okay. Okay guys, where do you guys put water? Do I put it left or right? Macro or micro? Water. What do you say? Oh, you change your mind? Okay, who's confident? Come on, man, help me. Macro or micro? No, don't speak to me at the same time. Hands up. Who wants to speak? A lot of people were speaking, suddenly silence, right? Come on, guys, let's do it. Pali pali. Water, macro or micro? Wow. Yes, thank you. I'm feeling good. Yeah. Micro means small. All right. So let's start it, but we have to think, right? Let us think. So she wants to put. Let's just do this, right? Let's just put water here in the middle because there is a bottle here. We don't know where to put water. So let's just put it in the middle here. So she wants to put it micro. Why? Do you know why? Why do you want to put it as micro? Why? Any idea? No calorie. So this is a very good reasoning. Very important with me, guys. Let's always try to think, right? Let us think together, and then we can agree. So she's saying she's gonna put water micro because no energy. Okay. All right. Another person who will put water on macro on the left side. Anybody? Water on the left side. Anybody? Paolo, you also say micro? So everybody says micro. Anybody thinks water should be macro? Anybody? Yes, Miss Chen. Yeah. Okay, so Miss Chen says that we should put water as macro, alright? Because our body is actually made of 60-70% of water, and we need water in big quantities every day. And since we talk about macro, we talk about big quantities, right? So the reasoning is to put it on the left side. And then we say, hey, we need it in big quantity. Oh, how much water do we need every day? Anybody knows? How much water shall we drink every day? 2 liters. How do you know that? How do you know? How do you know it's 2 liters? You said 2 liters, right? You said 2 liters? Do you have the same height and weight? Kilograms. Is your weight the same? There is somebody here in the physical education, right? I mean, but let's put it this way. So you think everybody in the world should drink the same quantity of water? It's okay. We're just thinking, right? We're just thinking. And then we ask the question, do you think everybody should eat the same quantity of food every day? No. So why shall we drink the same quantity of water? Yeah, we say in general, people usually say 2 liters is like kind of a standard, but we have to think, we have to reason behind that, right? So, but usually we're going to see that in this class as well. We just say like, okay, we go for like 1 kilogram for 30 milliliters of water based on your weight, right? So, okay, don't tell me your weight because I get in trouble. My first year at Cambridge University, one student told me, "Oh, professor, the weight is secret." All right, so don't tell me your weight. But this is what we can do. It actually varies depending on your age, okay, and also depends on your weight. But you know, in general, we go from 30 to 35 milliliter per kilogram. Okay. So what does it mean? It means that if your weight is maybe 60 kilogram, okay? So you have 60 kilogram. When you multiply it by 30 or 35, how much do you get here? How many milliliters of water? 1,000, right? Which is what? 1.8 liters, right? And 35, how much is it? You okay? So 2.1, right? So it gives you an average from 1.8 liters to 2.8 liters, you know, a little bit per day. But again, it's going to change. You know how they call Daegu? Daegu d'Africa, summer is coming, it's going to be hot. You know, you may have to drink a little bit more, right? Also depend on physical activity, and I'll show you how to do it, because then we'll add, you know, the physical activity there as well, all right? But let's come back to the macronutrient. For this class, we're going to put water here as a macronutrient for this class. If you put it like as micro, you're not necessarily wrong because you think in terms of energy, and which is okay. We also, if we think in terms of quantity, like we are talking today, how much water I need to put in my body. In this class, because we think about health, we think about why do I eat this food, how much food I put in my body, okay? So then, what do? We have to go to quantities, okay? So for this class, we're going to put water where? Macronutrients. Okay guys, everybody is happy? Alright, so on your booklet too, you have, oh my God, time is almost finished. This class goes so fast. We need to have 3 hours straight, right? No, you don't like me that much. Anyways, so now, on the first page, see, you have 2 words here. You have essential nutrients, all right? And then you have non-essential nutrients. All right, so we've been talking about the nutrient. So we have here essential. Essential means what? It must be, right? It must be consumed. It must be consumed in the diet. Essential. Essential is a must. It means you need to get it from the food. All right? We're talking about essential nutrients here. Okay? And then we have handed, opposite, non-essential. So non-essential here, what does it mean? It can be synthesized in the body. All right? We can actually have these nutrients in the body. For example, what? Cholesterol, glucose, things like that, right? We can find them directly in the body. Can be synthesized made by the body. Okay? So we'll come back. We'll come back to it when we will be talking about cardiovascular diseases, talking about the problem of diabetes and stuff like that. All right. So again, guys, you need to know all the 6 nutrients: carbohydrates, fat, protein, vitamins, and minerals, and water also. Okay. And water for this class, please, we'll put it in a macro category. I mean, if you put it in macro, I won't remove a point. I will just understand you don't like me too much. Okay? Okay, guys, let's go to the next page. Consumer food choice model. Consumer food choice model. Alright? So, this is the part where I ask you, number 1, what is your favorite food? And number 2, why do you eat the food that you eat? Okay? Anybody wants to tell me what is his or her favorite food? What is your favorite food? Huh? Chicken. Why? Do you know why? Delicious? Alright. Who has kimchi as his favorite food? Who loves kimchi here? Nobody? Nobody's Korean? You don't like kimchi? So it's changing, right? Okay, so now on this page, there are different reasons people choose the food that they choose. But if I ask you, open the second book. Open the second book, the study guide. On the study guide, look at the first question. Look at the first question on the study guide. Yes. You guys see the sort of question, right? So the first question says, no. Let's go to question 14 first. Question 14. So question 14 says, what is the chief reason people choose the foods they eat? So here you have 4 options. What do you think is the main reason people choose the food that they eat? A, cost. B, taste. C, convenience. And D, nutritional value. What is the answer? Yeah. What is the answer?
D.
Which answer did you choose? D? Which one did you choose? What is the number 1 reason people choose the food that they eat? Is it number 1, A, cost, B, taste, C, convenience, or D, nutritional value? Why do you speak at the same time? Can somebody raise his hand? Yeah, you were speaking, right? Ooh. Number 1 reason. Silence. You only speak at the same time. Now let's do it pali. What is the main reason people choose the food that they eat? A, B, C, or D? B? B is the answer, is the taste, right? I eat chicken because, it's delicious, right? That is the main reason people choose the food that they eat. Now, if you go to question number 1, the question number 1 is different. The first impressions of food are received through the sense of what? Smell, sight, hearing, taste, or touch. A, B, C, or D? B, the sight. Sight, we're talking about vision. For example, me, as a foreigner, when I first came to Korea, when I went to the restaurant, which food do you think that I chose first? When foreigners foreigners come to Korea, which food do you think they choose first? Paolo, which food did you choose?
Not spicy.
Not spicy, but how do you know it's not spicy? But you know, the good thing about when you come to the restaurants here, most of the time you see the pictures, right? Okay? And you guys chose B as the answer the side. It means we are led by what we see. And what we see is appealing to us. So, oh, machine gun kata, it looks delicious, right? I eat this food because it looks delicious. So which food do you think people will choose first? And which Korean food people will choose first? What do you think? Anybody? Which food will attract people's eyes when you look at it? Mola? You just eat everything? In my case, it was bibimbap. Do you know why? Any reason why? Colorful, right? It has a lot of colors, and colors sometimes attract people. You guys don't know colors anymore because everybody just loves meat, right? Samgyeopsal, samgyeopsal, right? So when you look at it, people have different reasons why they choose the food that they eat. It may be because of the taste, okay? It may just be the sight. There are also other reasons, such as the cost, money. If you are a student and you don't have a lot of money, you're just like, oh, I'm just going to eat this. It's cheaper, all right? And it can also be, oh, it's convenient. You know, I'm just going to get a sandwich. It's faster, you know, it's convenient. I can eat it in my office, you know. Or the proximity is actually close to my house, all right? It's going to be faster. This is why we go to fast food, right? It's convenient. So, on the bottom here, you will see food selection criteria. We have 6 food criteria that people usually use, and that will be what we will look at into this chapter, right? From next week. The first one is sensory criteria. Sensory criteria, we talk about the sight, the smell, the touch of the food. Alright? So, the number 2, which should be the number 1 reason in this class, is nutrition criteria. I'm choosing this food because it's healthy. Right? This food is safe. It's good for my body. It's not making me sick. Alright? Number 3, cultural criteria. What does it mean? Why do you eat kimchi? Anybody knows? Do you know why you eat kimchi? Koreans eat kimchi because your mom gave you kimchi, right? Just like, okay, Mongol, you know, culture. Kimchi is a Korean staple food. Okay? So, this is a food that is known to be part of the Korean culture. If you go to a different country for a long time, after a bit, you just be like, kimchi mongoshipo. You're missing kimchi, right? So it's part of your staple food. So there are some foods that we eat because it's part of our culture. Okay? And the one after is religious criteria. Culture and religion are kind of similar, but the difference is religion will tell you exactly how to cook the food. Okay? So both of them, we're going to look at, you know, all of these criteria next week. The number 5 is what? Psychological and sociological criteria. Okay? Most people here is also the first time you drink alcohol. I'm sure your parents did not give you soda. It's probably one of your friends, just like, okay, drink a little bit. Alright? So we have people around us who also influence how we eat. Okay? You come to Korea, you don't like spicy food, but you have Korean friends, so after the time you start eating spicy food. And the last one is budgetary criteria, which is money. Okay, so we are eating this food because it, it's cheaper. So from next week, we look at these 6 elements to finish this chapter. And when we are done, like I said, we'll go through the study guide. You see, as we teach, as we speak together in this class, you have the study guide with the questions. So before we actually review it, you can already ask yourself some questions and just see if you understand. All right? Very important to actually read before you come to class. Okay, guys, I'm going to stop here for today. I'm sure some of you are already hungry. I will stay here for those of you who have questions, and I'll see you guys next week. Remember, the weekend is starting tomorrow. No soju. Okay? Have a nice day.